Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Harrison County High School basketball. I'm Jim Swinford coming to you from Monticello Heights Gymnasium, where tonight the Phillies will be taking on the Lady Demons of Williamstown in the final game of the regular season. Well, going into tonight's game, Harrison County and Williamstown appear to be heading in different directions as we are just a step away from the postseason. The Lady Demons entered tonight's contest on the heels of a 6-game losing streak, including a 45-44 loss in overtime at Pendleton County on Wednesday night. Meanwhile, the Phillies are on an upswing with 4 straight wins. A victory here tonight is vitally important for both teams as they try to gather some positive momentum heading into a tough first-round games in their respective district tournaments. But the good news is that the Harrison County Philly junior varsity team won their second game in a row to finish out the season, an exciting 37-35 win over the JV Williamstown team. So congratulations, as it took them a little while to find that first win, but once they got it, they liked it so much they decided to get another one. And there's nothing better than ending the season on a win. So congratulations to our JV team for doing that here tonight. Well, right now, both varsity teams are on the floor going through some pregame warm-ups. We invite you to stay tuned as we'll come back and take a closer look at both Harrison County and Williamstown. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back up here at the Hilltop. We're about 10.5 minutes away from tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Williamstown. Well, Lady Demons will carry a 13-14 record into tonight's game. It's been a disappointing season for the Lady Demons. With all but their second leading scorer back from last season, they were hoping for a big season this year. However, Williamstown has suffered through a roller coaster year instead. They started out good enough, winning 3 of their first 4 ball games, but then went just 4-6 over their next 10. But then they won 6 of their next 7 and looked like they were in the right spot heading towards the end of the regular season. But after an overtime win at Carroll County, they instead have had blowout losses to Owen County, Walton Verona, and Gallatin County, which were followed by close defeats at the hands of South Oldham, East Jessamine, and as we talked about last Wednesday, that overtime defeat at the hands of Pendleton County. Williamstown is coached this year by A.J. Mason, who's in his 4th year at the helm of the Lady Demons. They're led in scoring by senior Tori Fryman at 9 points a game. Offensively, the Lady Demons are just plain old not a good shooting team. They're making only 36% of their field goal attempts and only 26% from beyond the arc. The problem becomes even more magnified when you think about the fact that they're averaging only 20 rebounds per contest. The Lady Demons desperately need a win tonight to get back on the winning streak heading into the playoffs. Williamstown will play Simon Kenton in the first round of the 32nd District Tournament, which will be played at Walton Verona. The two teams met back on January the 31st, with Williamstown winning at home with the Lady Pioneers winning at home 63-44. So some 19 points that the Lady Demons are having to make up in that first round of the district tournament. Meanwhile, Harrison County now 14-11 on the year. Who'd have ever thought that? Back when we were just kind of muddling around with a record at one time of 1-5. But since that time, the Phillies have really come alive. It's been an interesting year, to say the least. But all of the girls on this team have improved leaps and bounds since that loss at West Jessamine, specifically back on December the 29th. Since that game, Harrison County has gone 10-4 after a 4-7 start to the season. The key to the turnaround has been a big improvement on defense. In our first 11 games, Harrison County was averaging giving up 53 points a game. But since that time, Harrison County's defense has been surrendering only 44 points per contest. That's a 9-point difference. Also, although they are still a very young team with a freshman and 8th grader in the starting 5, Harrison County's done very well in close games, going 8-2 in games decided by 10 points or less. The Phillies will take on Pendleton County in the first round of the 38th District Tournament over at Nicholas County on Monday night at around 7:30. Back on January the 29th here on the Hilltop, Harrison County won a rough one, 39-34. And then last Friday up in Falmouth, Harrison County won again, but once again, a physical matchup that had the two teams going toe-to-toe before Harrison County eventually won in overtime, 52-48. The other first-round game in our district will pit Nicholas County and Robertson County. Back on December the 17th, Nicholas County won in Mount Olivet, 71-62. But then last Monday, Nicholas really had their way with the Lady Devils as the Lady Jackets won 69-34. The championship game of the girls' 38th District Tournament will be played on Thursday at 7 o'clock. All the district games will be played over at Nicholas County, which is also going to be hosting the girls' 10th Region Tournament. Harrison County, they're going to be the ones with the bullseye on their back as they have won 4 straight 38th District Tournament titles. Well, both teams are back in their locker room, so we'll take a break and come back and give you the starting lineups of tonight's game between Harrison County and Williamstown. You're listening to Phillies basketball on WCYN Sports. You're also listening to the Cynthia Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports. Here at the Hilltop, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Williamstown, 13-14 on the year, coached by A.J. Mason. At a guard, a 5'3 senior, number 1, Trinity Pence. Another guard is Tori Fryman. She wears the number 3. She's a 5'2 senior, averaging 9.4 points a game. I should have told you, Pence is a 5'3 senior, averaging 5.8. At another guard is Zoe Webster. She wears the number 11. She's a 5'3 freshman, averaging 8.3 points a game. At one of the forwards is Kaylee Varner. Varner wears the number 15. She's a 5'4 senior, averaging 6.3 points a game. And at the other forward, a 5'11 sophomore, number 23, Gracie Crump. Crump averaging an even 8 points per game. So once again, for the Lady Demons, it'll be Pence, Fryman, Webster, Varner, and Crump. So far this year, Williamstown averaging 45.9 points a game on offense. On defense, though, getting the job done pretty well, giving up 46.8 points per game. Now for the Harrison County Phillies. At a guard, a 5'2", 8th grader, number 12, Keely Custard. Custard averaging 5.5 points a game. And another guard is Harrison County's leading scorer, Gab Hadrick. Hadrick, a first-team All-10th Region selection this past week. She wears the number 15. She's a 5'3 senior, averaging 18.3 points a game. And another guard is Harrison County's point guard, Bailey Hudgens. Bailey, a 5'5 freshman who wears the number 23, is averaging 7.3 points a game. And one of the forwards is Kara Hines. Hines wears the number 4. She's a 5'9 senior, averaging 9 points a game. And at the other forward, a 5'9 junior, number 22, Caroline Van Hook. Van Hook averaging 6.9. So once again, for the Phillies, it'll be Custard, Hedrick, Bailey Hudgens, Hines, and Van Hook. Harrison County offensively this season, averaging 49.1 points a game. on defense, giving up just 48.2 points contest. And when you put all the numbers together, Harrison County about a 7-point favorite to win this game and head into the postseason on the wings of what we hope will be a 5-game winning streak. Well, while we have this chance, let's take it back to the station to Bruce Templeton from Unity Christian Church with tonight's pregame prayer. All righty, Harrison County and Williamstown about to meet each other for the 12th time. Harrison County has a commanding lead in this series, 9-2, with a record of 4-1 when the two teams have played here on the Hilltop. It's a series that actually did not begin until December of 2002 when Harrison County hosted Lady Demons and won 65-49. Last year, the two teams got together in the last game of the regular season over in Williamstown, with Harrison County winning 57-29. The last time the two teams played here on the Hilltop was 4 years ago, a Harrison County 66-22 win. Well, we've already gone over the girls' 38th District Tournament schedule for next week. As far as the boys are concerned, they'll be playing up at Pendleton County. The first game will be on Tuesday when the Harrison County Thoroughbreds will take on Pendleton County. Harrison County owns two rather big wins over the Wildcats this year, 62-40 here on the Hilltop on January the 29th. And then last Friday, they bombed away at the Wildcats, winning over Pendleton County 77-27. On Wednesday, Nicholas County and Robertson County play each other. Both teams won their games at home in the two-game series. Robertson County winning 76-67 in Mount Olivet. That was back on December the 17th. And Nicholas County winning in Carlisle 56-54 last Monday. The boys' championship game will be held on Friday at 7. Robertson County is the reigning champion of the 38th District. Well, right now, the colors are being presented by the Harrison County Air Force Junior ROTC. Looks like we're going to have a trumpet solo for our national anthem. So what we'll do is we'll take a listen to that, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Williamstown. But right now, let's bring you our Star Spangled Banner.
Carrying the Kentucky State flags, Cadet Technical Sergeant Miles Bryan, and the guards are Cadet Captain Jesse Munoz and Cadet Major Peyton Fryman. The national anthem will be played by Harrison County High School Band Director, Mr. Sean Pyatt.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County now honoring Kara Hines, our senior. As we said, big honor as she's going to MIT. Woo! That's big-time smart people school there. So congratulations, Kara, for that. Well, the wrestlers, as we continue on with some of our winter sports, our boys will, on Saturday, tomorrow, be heading over to Great Crossing High School for the semi-state. We have 11 wrestlers who will be wrestling in the semi-state. Of course, if they win, they'll move on to the state tournament up at the Horse Park a week from tomorrow. So best of luck to Coach Ashbrook and his 11 wrestlers head to the semi-state tomorrow. Meanwhile, on Monday, President's Day, the girls wrestling team will be hosting the girls state tournament. They'll be over at the middle school on Monday afternoon, or morning and afternoon and night. Of course, Harrison County, the defending state champions, and won 2 of the first 3 championships that have been participated with in the last 3 years, trying to make it 3 out of 4 and 2 in a row. Meanwhile, the archery team will also be in action. Actually, in action today and tomorrow, as they are hosting the Thoroughbred Classic over at the middle school. In fact, it's so popular, on my way in from the parking lot, somebody stopped me and said, I guess they saw all the cars, said, "Is this where the archery tournament is?" I said, "Nope, you have to go to the middle school." And they thanked me. That's my wrestling story or my archery story for the day. Alrighty, both quintets have been introduced, and we're just about to get this game underway. The final regular season game, and the final game, no matter how far the Phillies go, on their home floor, as we'll be on the road over at Nicholas County for the district and regional. Kara Hines jumping center for Harrison County across the midcourt stripe. Tori Fryman for Williamstown, as we're just about to get this game underway. The tap is up and controlled by Harrison County, but I think that it got touched after it hit the ground, so we'll do it all over again. Actually, it's because Harrison County touched it. It'll be Williamstown's ball. So the Lady Demons will have the ball first. Harrison 14-11, Williamstown 13-14. Across the timeline with the basketball comes Webster. Drops it, picks it back up in front of the stable. Now gets it long range from Crump. Crump spins around, gets it back into the hands of Webster. Webster, a bounce pass, but now we have a whistle away from the basketball. And now the officials trying to figure out whose ball it's supposed to be. And I think instead of, well, I'm not sure what they're thinking. In any case, Williamstown has the ball, as they had before. I guess everything's straightened out. With the basketball, Webster kicks it on the elbow to Crump, who goes baseline to the block, puts up a shot, no good. But Crump is there to get the rebound as well. She'll get it back out top and into the hands of Webster. Webster over on the far sideline to Pence. Pence makes a move down the baseline to the block, to the glass. Her shot's good. So Trinity Pence gets her team on the scoreboard first with that layup. 2-0. The lead for the Lady Demons. We played just under a minute. In the front court, Hadrick with the basketball. Rolls into the paint, to the block, to the glass, and good. An underhanded shot that time by the Philly senior. As we're going to have a quick timeout called by Williamstown, as Coach Mason not happy at all with the way his team did not play defense that time. So 6:59 left to go in this first quarter of play, and right now we're tied up at 2-2. Treat yourself to some snapping. Salads, chicken wings, sandwiches, and of course Beast Pizza. Call 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Thank you, Ryan. I'm sure Ryan will be joining us with his snap when baseball season comes along. Out of the timeout, and the score tied at 2. Williamstown with the basketball. In the front court on the left side is Pence. Pence lifts it into between the circles to Crump. Now we're on the right side, long range to Webster. Webster gets the ball to Fryman. Fryman rotates over to the right side. Now reverses back to the left side and gets the ball to Pence. Pence takes her dribble to the top of the key. Now stops, gets to Crump beyond three-point range. Now the ball is stolen away by Hudgens. Bailey all the way the other way, lays it up and in. Good steal that time by Harrison County's point guard, which puts Harrison County on top for the first time, this time at 4-2. In the front court with the basketball is Crump. She'll get it out top to Varner. Varner gets it to Crump for a three. It's no good. Rebound's going to be brought down by Hines. Into the front court with the basketball come the Phillies. There's a shot put up by Hedrick. No good. Rebound is picked up by Van Hook. She picks it out to the wing where the ball is going to be missed, or shot is going to be missed. Bailey Hudgens gets the ensuing rebound. Bailey over to the left side to Hedrick at the elbow. Jump shot good. Gab Hedrick, 4 points. Puts Harrison County up 6-2. Down the floor and into the front court with the basketball with 5:40 left to go in the first quarter, and her team down by a 4 spot is going to be Fryman. Gets it between the circles to Crump. Over on the right side, long range to Webster. Webster kicks it back to Crump. Crump now near the center circle and into the hands of Varner. To the left side, long range to Pence. Pence has her pocket picked this time by Hedrick. Gab up the near sideline into the front court, goes to the block, to the glass. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. And Hedrick will go to the line. Foul's going to be assessed to Varner. With all the Varners and Frymans, almost a Harrison County team. Hedrick going to the line for the first time tonight on the year. She's a 60% free throw shooter. At the 5:15 mark, it's good. Gives her 5 points now. Extending Harrison County's lead to 7-2, as Harrison has scored the last 7 in a row. Second free throw is also going to be good. 8-2 your score. Harrison County taking a good sized lead here in the early going. Against full court pressure, Crump gets the ball to Webster into the front court. Now on the right side, she'll find Pence. Back up top to Crump to the far sideline near the hash mark. Once again to Webster. Webster pitches the ball to Varner. Almost lost it. Now picks it up and goes to the top of the key. Backdoor cut to Pence. Her reverse layup is way off the mark. And the Caroline Van Hook with the rebound. Into the front court come the Phillies. On the right side, Hudgens drops the ball in the paint, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Van Hook. She'll dish it into the center circle to Custard. Over on the left side to Hudgens. Hudgens back inside the center circle. Once again to Custard. To the right side to Van Hook in front of the Lady Demon bench. Van Hook gets it between the circles now to Hines. Hines on the left side to Custard, long range. Custard to the top of the key to Hedrick. Hedrick spins at the foul line. Now backs it back out beyond three-point range. Gets it on the baseline to Van Hook. Van Hook drives to the block. Her half hook is no good. And coming down with the rebound this time will be Pence. Into the front court with the basketball comes number 1. She'll pitch it over to the near side to Fryman, who goes back between the circles. Fryman now gets it back inside the center circle to reset the offense. Harrison County leading 8-2 as we hit the midway point of the first quarter. On the near side, nearly a travel by Pence. Goes inside the arc, now penetrates and goes back out beyond the arc again. Good defense on the interior by Harrison. Over on the right side to Fryman. Fryman puts a shot off the side of the backboard, no good. She'll get her own rebound, however, and gets it back out top and into the hands now of Varner. Varner trying to drive, but Hedrick is staying in her way. Now a pitch to Pence in between the circles. Pence surveys the Harrison defense. Hudgens is on her. Now Pence goes down to the block against the double team, gets it back out to the top of the key to Fryman. Fryman can't go anywhere. She'll get it back to the center circle to Webster. Good defense by Harrison. Webster goes into the paint to the block. Her shot is good. So Webster stops Harrison County's run with that layup. In the front court with the basketball, up 8-4 with 3:02 left to go in the first quarter come the Phillies. Hedrick in between the circles finds Hudgens. Hudgens takes a dribble, now dumps to the top of the key to Van Hook. Van Hook inside to Hines. Her shot's going to be blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Pence as well. Yeah, I didn't think so either. That'll send Hines to the line for the first time on the year. Hines, a 79% free throw shooter. First free throw, as the senior looks for her first point, is on the way and bounces in there. Took a little trip around the rim before finally deciding to drop in, but drop in it did. Makes the score 9-2. 2:50 left here in the first quarter. Second free throw for Hines is on the way and good, as Harrison County's lead grows back out to 6 at 10-4. With the ball coming up the floor will be Webster. Webster in the corner finds Fryman. Fryman on the wing in front of the Harrison bench. Now moves it in between the circles. Reverses back to this side. Inside the arc in the paint at the elbow. Now gets it out beyond the arc once again to Webster. Webster gets it back into the hands of Fryman, who will reset. Over on the far side, long range Webster. Webster goes to the left elbow, spins, gets it to Pence. Thought about the three for a second, but Hudgens got on her quickly defensively. Gets it on the far side of the paint to Varner. Up top now to Fryman in the corner. Pence fakes the three, goes to the block. Her shot's going to be short, and Van Hook comes down with her third rebound of this first quarter. Into the front court comes Hudgens with 2 minutes left on the clock. Harrison leading 10-4. Hadrick in the corner to Custard for a three. No. Rebound is going to come out high, but I think we're going to have a foul called on Harrison, and we will. It'll be on Custard. That'll be Keeley's first. A couple of subs coming in for the Lady Demons. Jolie Litz, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging a couple of points a game. Also, Abby Kanar. Kanar, a 5'5" freshman, averaging 4.1. Walking the ball up the floor and into the front court will be Webster. Webster goes to the wing on the far side. Now goes into the paint. Nobody cuts her off, and now she's going to be fouled by Custard, and that's 2 quick fouls on Keeley. Going to say it was just a common foul. Coach Mason was for sure that was a shooting foul. Now quickly a substitute coming in for Harrison County. Brooke Kinney. Kinney, a 5'6" junior, averaging 1.1. She'll be coming in for Custard because of those 2 personal fouls. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Litz. Litz gets the ball to Crump. Back to Litz. Her up and under shot is no good, but a foul is going to be called against Harrison County. This foul is going to be assessed to Kinney. That'll be Brooks first. And going to the line will be Jolie Litz, who on the year is now 5 for 9 as she makes that first free throw. Makes the score 10-5. And she'll make the second one as well. Harrison County's lead back down to 4 at 10-6. Into the front court with the basketball. With a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter come the Phillies. Hadrick to the elbow to Van Hooker. Shots off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound is going to be brought down, this time by Litz. Into the front court come the Lady Demons. Trying to cut to that 4-point deficit even more. On the far side in front of the stable, Varner picks up her dribble. She's in trouble, but coming over to help her out is Webster. Webster takes her dribble inside the arc. Now spins at the elbow extended, gets it up top into the hands of Kanar. Kanar over on the far side finds Webster. Webster from the elbow, jump shot, no good, and Hedrick will come down with the rebound for the Phillies. Up the floor quickly comes Harrison County with under a minute to go. In the first quarter, Harrison leading 10-6. We've had 1 tie and 1 lead change. Back over to Hudgens on the far side, between the circle to Hadrick. Hadrick drives to the block, her shot short. Rebound on the floor, and we're going to have a foul called, I believe. It's going to be on Williamstown. And it will be on Crump. That'll be Crump's first personal foul. So from her own baseline after the common foul, Van Hook to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it on the wing to Hadrick. Back to Van Hook on the baseline. Back on the wing in front of the Lady Demon bench to Hadrick. She'll get it between the circles now to Hudgens. Hudgens rotates over to the far side and gives the ball to Kinney near the hash mark. Kinney with 26 seconds left to go in the quarter. Now gets the ball down on the block to Hines. Her shot's blocked from behind, but they're going to call a foul on Crump, and that'll be 2 on Gracie Crump. It's going to be advantageous for Harrison County if she comes out, which she's about to, as Tori Fryman will check back in after this first free throw by Hines. Kara 2 for 2 from the line. Also, Pence about to check back in with 21 seconds left to go in the quarter. First free throw by Kara is good. Harrison County now up 11-6. Second free throw for Hines is on the way and good as well. Harrison has now doubled up the Lady Demons at 12-6. With the basketball up the floor will come Webster. Webster across the timeline on the far side of the midcourt circle. Now goes in front of the stable on the wing. Backs up, being tracked by Hudgens. Can't get away from Bailey. Good defense that time by Hudgens. Now pass to the left side, long range to Kennard. Kennard will not get a shot off before the end of, nope, that don't count. She swished it, but it was clearly after the buzzer. So at the end of one, your score, Harrison County 12 and Williamstown 6. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC Wayne Sports. Back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County will take a 12-6 lead into the second quarter and will have the basketball to start things out as well. Inbounds pass from Van Hook will come to Hudgens. Bailey across the timeline, hands it off to Hadrick. Hadrick in between the circles, drives, kicks it into the corner to Van Hook for a three. Mark it down! Caroline Van Hook's first points of the night puts Harrison County up by their biggest lead at 15-6. 7:37 left to go in the second quarter. With the basketball in between the circles right now is Kennard. Kennard bounce pass to the far sideline and into the hands of Litz. Litz back up top now to Pence. Pence floats into the paint. Her shot's no good, but she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's first. Going to call it a common foul, and once again, Coach Mason not liking the call. So the official going over there to calm him down. Harrison County Farm Bureau knows that if you want something protected, you keep it covered. Call 234-4514 and Dustin or Amy will get you covered. Conversation between the official and Coach Mason continued. This is the second time he's thought that his girl got off a shot when they said nope, she did not. So the conversation continues. Now everything is settled, at least in the official's mind. Coach Mason's still a little bit peeved. Inbounds pass from Litz will come into the hands of Kennard. Shot put up no good, and Van Hook will come away with the rebound. In the front court come the Phillies. Over on the left side, Van Hook gets up top to Hadrick. Hadrick lobs the ball inside to Hines, and now we're going to have a foul call. 3 seconds. Kaylee Varner checks back in for Williamstown. That was the first turnover of the game for Harrison County. So we played a minute in the second quarter. Harrison up by 9, their largest lead of the game. Across the timeline with the basketball now will come Varner. Varner goes down on the baseline, cut off by Hadrick. She'll bring it back on the wing before bringing it back near the timeline. Now bumped hard by Hines, who is going for the steal. That'll be Kara's first. Coming into the game now for Williamstown will be Sophie Keitlinger. Keitlinger, a 5'8" freshman, averaging 3.9 a game. From the far sideline, the inbounds pass from Pence will come into the hands of Varner. Varner back to Pence, who's going to be fouled on a shove, they say, by Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's second. So Custard and Bailey, Hudgens, each with 2 fouls apiece. From the far sideline in front of the stable near the hash mark, Pence will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it in between the circles to Fryman. Fryman calls out the play. Now gets the ball on the far side, long range to Keitlinger. Keitlinger now has her pocket picked by Hudgens. Bailey all the way the other way. Her layup is going to be no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Kennard. In the front court, Williamstown quickly the other way. Pence scores. That's a 4-point turnaround, folks, as Pence is able to make the easy layup as we didn't get back on transition defense very well. 15-8, though, Harrison County still leads with 6:12 left to go in the first half. Hadrick lobs the ball down on the baseline to Van Hook, where she's going to be fouled by Fryman. That'll be Tori Fryman's first 16 foul. Makes that the 15th foul on the Lady Demons. We've played a couple of minutes here in the second quarter. From her own baseline, Hadrick gets it on the wing to Van Hook. Now to Hudgens long range up top to Custard. Custard lobs the ball down low, knocked away by Williamstown and out of bounds. Phillies will maintain possession. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Hadrick. Gabb gets it inbounds to Hines in the corner. Now to the wing to Hudgens. Bailey at the elbow gets to the other elbow to Custard, whose jump shot is going to be a little bit off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Hines. Her putback is no good, but she's going to be fouled. We'll go back to the line for two. Fouls on Fryman. There'll be Tori Fryman's second, as both teams in a little foul trouble now. Fryman, the second Lady Demon, with 2 fouls. Hines 4 for 4 from the line. First free throw at the 5:51 mark is good. As checking back in will be Webster. Harrison County up 16-8 now. Second free throw upcoming for Hines. It's on the way, and this one, it'll bounce off. No good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Kanar. Into the front court come the Lady Demons. Over on the far side, Pence long range. Pence takes the ball down the baseline. Baseline pass to Kanar. Her 12-footer's good. So Kanar gets her name into the scorebook. That little 12-footer on the baseline makes the score 15-10, although Harrison makes that 16-10. Harrison County still leads. Shot put up no good. Rebound is going to be pulled in by Keitlinger. Keitlinger then has the ball taken away from her, and Hadrick puts it in. Gabb with a nice steal that time and bucket. She now has 8 points herself. Harrison County's lead up to 8 again at 18-10. 4:57 left to go here in this first half. With the basketball in between the circles is Pence. Pence surveys the Harrison County defense. Now drifts over to the right side. Goes to the wing, inside the arc, down to the block. Her shot off the glass too hard, but a foul is going to be called on Harrison County. I think this one's going to be on Van Hook. It's going to actually be on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's third. Going to the line will be Trinity Pence for the first time tonight on the year. She is a 77% free throw shooter as she makes her first. As Brooke Kinney will check back in for Harrison. Gracie Crump coming back into the ball game for Williamstown. 18-11 now your score. 4:40 on the clock, and the second free throw for Pence is also going to be good. Harrison County's one-time 8-point lead down to a half a dozen. Custer will bring the ball into the front court for the Phillies. Drifts over to the right side, gets it in front of the Lady Demon bench to Van Hook. Back to Custard, back to Van Hook, back to Custard up top. Now to the left side to Kinney, who lets the ball go through her hands and out of bounds. And that's the second turnover of the game for the Phillies. Williamstown's committed only 4. As we approach the midway point of the second quarter, down by 6, and with the basketball across the timeline comes Webster. Gives it off to Kanar, who races baseline, gets the ball to Varner. Varner will bring it back on the wing. Gets it in between the circles to Kanar again. Kanar lobs the ball to the near side to Webster. Webster a step inside the arc, now steps back outside and gets it between the circles to Crump. Over in front of the stable now with the basketball is Varner. And her pass is going to be knocked away, and the loose ball picked up by Kinney. But then as Van Hook tries to bring the ball to the front court, she travels as well. So the ball goes back to Williamstown's side. Cynthiana Hardee's has made from scratch breakfast options and the best burgers in town. Hardee's is a proud supporter of Reds and Phillies basketball. Inbounds pass will come to Webster. She'll get on the near side, long range to Kanar. Kanar goes to the top of the key, now stops, gets it on the wing to Webster. Webster back to Kanar. Kanar fires a three, good. Abby Kanar with the long range shot. Gets her team back to within 3 at 18-15. 3:29 left to go in the first half. Custard up top to Hadrick. Lobs the ball on the baseline to Kinney. Back on the wing to Van Hook. Back up top to Hadrick to the right side to Custard. Custard back up top and in between the circles to Hadrick to the left side to Van Hook on the baseline to Kinney. Now to Hines. Hines gets the ball to the block to Custard, who puts it up and in. Good job that time on the interior passing by Harrison County as Keeley scores her first points and gets the lead back up to 5 at 20-15 as we hit the 3-minute mark of the first half. In the front court, Pence. Skip pass to the near side to Crump. She goes baseline. It's cut off by a double team. Gets it into the paint to Varner. Her 10-footer's good. Varner with that little shot from in the paint. Gets her team back to within 3 again at 20-17. 2:35 left to go in the first half. Kinney to Hines. Hines out top to Custard for 3. No good off the front of the rim. But there for the rebound is Van Hook, who puts it up and in. Good job on the offensive glass that time by Caroline. On the putback. Puts her team back out top by 5 at 22-17. Now steal by Harrison County. Hadrick in between the circles. Pass to the left side to Van Hook, long range. Back between the circles to Hines. To the right side to Custard. In the corner finds Hadrick. She'll fire a 3. Mark it down. Hadrick's first tray of the game. Makes it a 25-17 Harrison County lead. Now a timeout called by by Harrison County. Just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. But Harrison County leading 25-17 with 1:58 left to go in the first half. Harrison County trying for its 5th win in a row to end up the regular season and go into the 38th District Tournament with some positive momentum. If you've been thinking about a farm or machinery loan, call Michael Furnish with Farm Credit Mid-America at 859-254-2741 and learn how he can help you. As we mentioned, the girls' 38th District Tournament over Nicholas County will begin on Monday with a doubleheader. Harrison County taking on Pendleton County in the second of that doubleheader, with Nicholas County and Robertson County playing first. Now the timeout, down by 8. Williamstown has the basketball. Kanar in between the circles, guarded closely by Hines. Now we'll get a bounce pass over to the far side, long range to Varner. Varner lobs the ball to Crump on the wing. Crump to the elbow, now backs it back out again. Kicks it into the corner to Varner. Varner trying to get away from the defense of Hines. Gets it taken away by Hadrick. Gabb all the way the other way. Her misses the layup, but Van Hook is there for the garbage and puts it back up and in. Good job by Caroline, who now has 7 points and 6 rebounds on the night already. 1:19 left to go. And now the ball goes out of bounds. Harrison County leading by its biggest margin at 27-17. Back in the game, Fryman returns for Williamstown. Also, Litz, who saw some action in the first quarter, will step back in. Right now, the Phillies have scored 7 points in a row from in front of the stable. Litz inbounds the ball to Fryman. Fryman inside the center circle, a pass to the near sideline and into the hands of Webster. Webster rolls to the foul line, kicks it down on the block this time to Fryman, but she's cut off by Hines. She'll bring it back beyond the three-point arc and takes it back near the center circle to reset the offense as we go under a minute to go in our first half. On the near side of that same circle is Varner. In between the circles finds Pence. Pence guarded by Kinney. Now Pence tried to make a move, and now she does make a move down to the block, kicks it into the corner to Litz. Litz will get the ball to Varner. Varner drops it, loose ball on the floor, kicked out of bounds by Custard. So the Lady Demons will maintain possession. From in front of the Harrison County bench, it'll be Litz who will trigger the inbounds pass. Litz gets the ball from the official and gets it inbounds to Webster. Webster rolls over to the right side of the arc, gets it into the corner, wide open for 3 is Litz. It's no good. Offside rebound. Going to be pulled down by Hines. Hadrick will bring the ball into the front court. Her team leading by 10 with 20 seconds left to go in the half. Hadrick backs up, now makes her move to the circle, And now we'll move to the sideline. Crossover dribble gets her into the paint with 10. A floater from 10 is going to be in there. 13 points now for Hedrick on that 10-footer. Harrison up 29-17. No time left as the throw to the basket is off the mark anyway. So at the end of one half of play, Harrison County leads 29-17. We invite you to stay tuned now for our halftime show, brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll over all the scoring and stats from this first half. That coming up after this timeout. But once again, your halftime score, Harrison County 29, Williamstown 17. You're listening to the Philly basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County will take a 29-17 lead into the locker room. The Phillies got out in front early in this one, going on a 9-2 run to open things. But then the Lady Demons made things interesting, drawing back to within 3 points at 20-17 with about 3 minutes left to go in the half. That's when the Phillies scored the last 9 unanswered points to go back up by their largest margin of 12 points. Taking a look at the scoring, first for Williamstown, they're led by Trinity Pence, who has 6 points here at the break. 5 points, including a tray by Abby Canar, and then 2 points as well for Zoe Webster, Kaylee Varner, and Jolie Litz. Also playing but not scoring, Tori Fryman, Gracie Crump, and Sophie Keitlinger. Harrison County, meanwhile, is led by Gab Hedricks, 13. She also has a 3-pointer. 7 points for Caroline Van Hook. She also has a tray, all 7 of her points coming in the second quarter. 5 points for Kara Hines, and 2 points each for both Keely Custard and Bailey Hudgens. Also getting into the game but not scoring was Brooke Kinney. That's the way the individual numbers stack up. We'll take a break and then come back and take a look at the team stats following this timeout. But once again, from here on the Hilltop, your halftime score, Harrison County 29, Williamstown 17. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, taking a look at the team stats from our first half. Harrison County, 10 out of 21 from the floor. That's 47.6%. They attempted 5 trays and made 2. Meanwhile, Williamstown shooting pretty well, actually. Of course, they're down by 12. But anyway, 6 out of 14, 42.9%. They attempted 3 trays and made 1. Both teams doing very well from the free throw stripe in the first half. Harrison County was 7 of 8. That's 87.5%, while Williamstown made all 4 of their free throw tries. Turnovers, Harrison County committed just 3 turnovers in that first half, while Williamstown committed 7. And the rebounding battle was won by Harrison County 12-7. 2 offensive and 5 defensive boards for Williamstown. They were paced in that statistic in the first half by Abby Kanar, who has 2 rebounds here at the break. Meanwhile, Harrison County collecting 6 offensive and 6 defensive boards. They're led in rebounding by Caroline Vanduck, who has 6 rebounds here in the first half, 3 of which were of the offensive variety. So there are your team stats from this first half of play. Once again, as we mentioned before, the girls' 38th District Tournament will be played at Nicholas County next week. We'll have a doubleheader on Monday. The first game of that doubleheader will pit Robertson County and Nicholas County. That game slated to start at 6 o'clock. Back on December the 17th, Nicholas County won in Mount Olivet 71-62. And then last Monday, when the 2 teams met in Carlisle, it was once again a Nicholas County victory. This time, though, 69-34. You'll probably be asking, why is that big difference between the 2 scores? The difference, Ruby Gay. Gay, the outstanding guard for Robertson County, was healthy when the 2 teams played the first time, but was out of action with that injury that ended her season when they played the second time around. Second game will pit Harrison County against Pendleton County. Those 2 teams have had a couple of close ones in the regular season. Back on January the 29th here on the Hilltop, Harrison County won 39-34. And then when we met in Falmouth last Friday, it took to overtime for Harrison County to win that game, 52-48. So there are your first round matchups, which will both be played on Monday in Carlisle at Nicholas County High School. The championship game of the girls' 38th District Tournament will take place at 7 o'clock on Thursday. So make plans now to attend. The regional tournament for the girls is also going to be at Nicholas County this year as well. Well, both teams are back on the floor here. Harrison County leading 29-17. We'll be back with the third quarter handoff after this timeout. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back up here on the hilltop. We're just moments away from the start of half number 2 of our final regular season game. Harrison County leading right now 29-17 after scoring the last 9 points of the second quarter, covering the last 3 minutes. And the Lady Demons will have the ball to start things out, trying to make a comeback as they'll be trying to stop what is right now a 6-game losing streak. Harrison County came in about a 7-point favorite. Right now, lead by a dozen. Here we go. Webster with the basketball is going to be fouled from behind. A little over-guarding that time by Hadrick. That'll be Gabb's first personal foul. Over at the far sideline, Crump will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it inbounds inside the center circle to Varner. Varner takes the dribble over to the left side near the elbow, kicks it on the wing, long range to Pence. Up top to Fryman. Fryman drives, now kicks it into the corner to Webster. Webster, an up and under shot is way off the mark, and Van Hook is there for the rebound. Into the front court come the Phillies. Custard over on the right side to Hadrick. Hadrick in front of the stable, spins down to the block. Her shot off the glass is a little too hard, but Hines is there for the rebound. She'll fan it back out to Hudgens for a 3. Her shot is also no good and will go banging off of a Lady Demon. So Harrison County will maintain possession. From her own baseline, this side of the basket, Van Hook to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it to the elbow to Hines. Hines now gets it back up top. Hadrick, a long 3 is short. And this time, Pence will come down with the board for the Lady Demons. Down by a 12 spot. Here's a 3 fired up by Webster, a little long. And the rebound pulled down by Van Hook. Harrison County into the front court now. It's Hadrick on the right side. Gets it to Custard. Custard in between the circle to Van Hook. Down the baseline to Hudgens. Hudgens tries a baseline pass. It's knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Custard to the foul line. Her shot's no good. And down with the rebound is Webster. Both teams a little bit cold from the floor here in the opening moments of the third quarter. Varner has the basketball now to Webster. Webster backs up, now crosses over her dribble, moves to the right elbow, now tries a pass. It's knocked away and stolen by Hines. Up the floor, passed on the outlet to Hadrick, who lays it up and in. Good job that time by Gabb for the first points of this second half. Puts her team up by its largest margin at 31-17. With the basketball now at the top of the key, Crump gets to the left side near the hash mark to Fryman. Fryman spins, now gets it in between the circles to reset the offense near the time circle. Up top with the basketball now is Pence. Pence drives, has her pocket nearly picked by Hadrick. Gets it over to the left side, long range to Fryman. Fryman goes baseline, puts it off the glass, too hard, no good. And on the offside, Hadrick has the rebound. Gabb brings the ball into the front court, 2-on-2, takes it herself, bounce pass to Custard, who misses the layup. Rebound pulled down by Gracie Crump of the Lady Demons. She'll get the ball into the hands of Varner in the front court to Pence. Pence to Crump. Crump stops, travels, no call, and lays it up and in. That'll stop Harrison County's 12-point run. Gracie Crump with the layup, makes it 31-19. 5:27 on the clock here in the third. From the right elbow extended, Hadrick's jump shot's no good. Van Hook rebound, put back good. Caroline now with 9 points and 9 boards. One of each away from a double-double. In the front court with the basketball. Here's a shot put up, no good by the Lady Demons. And the rebounds picked up by Harrison County's Hadrick. In the front court now, Van Hook has it at the right elbow. Backs up, looking for help. Lobs to the near side to Hadrick from the left elbow. Jump shot short. Rebound pulled down by Fryman. Fryman comes into the front court. 4:48 left to go in the third. Harrison leads 33-19. Webster penetrated the arc. Now backs it back out again between the circles to reset the offense. Pass to the right side in front of her own bench to Fryman. Up top to Crump. Crump over to the left side. Long range to Pence. Pence gets it to the far sideline to Webster. Now in between the circles to Varner. Varner drives. Cut off by Hudgens. She'll flip it to the foul line to Crump. Pass to the right side. Long range once again to Pence. Pence goes baseline. Her shot's off the side of the backboard. No good. Rebound, batted around, and finally Van Hook corrals it. In the front court, here come the Phillies. Hines gets the ball to Van Hook. Van Hook in between the circles to Bailey. Hudgens over to the right side to Hadrick, long range. Hadrick thought about the 3 for a second. Now gets to the foul line to Van Hook. Turnaround jumper. Went about halfway down, then popped right back out again. Rebound pulled down by Pence. In the front court with the basketball come Lady Demons. Under 4 to go in the third. Going baseline with the basketball now is Pence. She'll bring it back up top and get it to Crump to the right side to Webster. Webster goes baseline around her defender. Her shot from the block is going to roll off the back of the rim. No good, but she's fouled and will go to the line for 2. Foul's going to be called on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's 4th. Webster going to the line for the first time tonight on the year. She is a 60% free throw shooter. First one's on the way and nothing but net. Brooke Kinney checks back in for Harrison. Kanar and Morgan Ship checking in for Williamstown. Ship, a 5'7" junior, averaging 0.1 points per game. Second free throw upcoming for Zoe Webster. It's on the way and good as well. Making the score 33-21. 3:42 on the clock. Back in the game, Jolie Litz returns for Williamstown. Up the floor and into the front court comes Hadrick with the basketball. Hadrick gets it beyond the arc to Van Hook. Van Hook directing some traffic. Now lobs it down to the paint to Hines. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled, and Kara's going back to the line where she's made 11 tonight. Foul is going to be on Kanar. That'll be Abby Kanar's first personal foul. Hines 5 for 6 from the line for all 5 of her points. 3:28 on the clock here in the third. Harrison, that led by a dozen at the half, leads by 12 here right now. 33-21. First free throw by Hines. Bounces out. Hopped off the front of the rim, then off the back of the rim, then shaded across the front of the rim again before dropping out. Second free throw for the senior, playing her final game on this floor. It's going to bounce off again. Daggone it. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Fryman. She'll bring it into the front court. Gets it to Varner for a three-point try. Good. Kaylee Varner left all alone on the right wing, and she buried that tray from deep downtown. 33-24 now the score. Can't seem to shake these girls. Still very much a ball game with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Kinney to Van Hook on the left side in front of her own bench. Gets it to the elbow to Hadrick. Turnaround jumper short. Rebound pulled down by Varner. And here come the Lady Demons again. Into the front court on the left side. Long ranges Kanar. In between the circles finds Varner. Varner backs up near the center circle. Now pitches it to the far sideline to Litz. Litz up top. Throws the ball away. Perfect timing by Hines for the steal. And she'll put it up and in. Big basket that time by the senior. Stopping the momentum that was starting to be pulled up by the Lady Demons. 2:27 left in this third quarter. Harrison up now 35-24 again. In the corner, an open three try is good again, this time by Fryman. Timeout going to be called by the Lady Demons. We'll take it as well. 2:18 left in the third, your score. Harrison County 35 and Williamstown 27. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. All right, as we get back to action, Harrison County's lead has been chopped down to 8 after at one time being as much as 14. Harrison with the basketball. Custer to the left side, long range to Hadrick. She'll get it in between the circles of Hines. Hines to the elbow, into the paint, kicks it back into the top of the key to Hadrick. Hadrick from the elbow in the paint, once again to Hines. Back up top to Hadrick for a three-point try. Good! Give the assist to Hines. Hadrick buries her second tray of the game as the Phillies lead goes back out to 11 at 38-27. 1:47 on the clock here in the third quarter. Webster with the basketball in front of her own bench. Now inside the arc, gets it up in between the circles to Litz. Over to the left side, long range to Fryman. Fryman in between the circles. Now drifts to the right side and will go and get it into the corner to Litz. Litz at the elbow, backs it back out again. Now gets it in front of her own bench to Fryman again. Fryman tries to drive baseline, and we're going to have a foul call on Brooke Kinney. That'll be Kinney's second personal foul. Treat yourself to some Snappy. Salads, chicken wings, sandwiches, and of course, Beast Pizza. Call 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Thank you, Ryan. Inbounds pass comes to the top of the key to Fryman. Fryman spins, puts up a leaner, no good. And Hedrick comes down with the rebound for the Phillies. She'll bring it into the front court herself. Gets it in between the circles now. Pass to the right side to Custard. Custard down on the block to Hines. Double team. Gets it back in the corner to Custard. Keeley, a baseline 10-footer is no good, but she's fouled. And she'll go to the line for two. Foul is going to be on Litz. That'll be Jolie Litz's first. As Pence and Varner are about to check back in. Custard from the line this year, a 57% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Custard makes it 39-23, or 27, excuse me, 39-27, with exactly 1 minute on the clock. Second free throw is on the way and good as well. So give her 4. Harrison County a 40-27 lead. In the game for the first time for Harrison, Kylie Hudgens. Kylie, a 5'8" senior, averaging a half a point a game. Into the front court with the basketball comes Webster. Gets it on the wing to Pence. Pence now dribbles it down to the baseline. Gets around a defender. Kicks it into the corner. The three fired up. Good this time by Webster. 7 points for Zoe Webster as the Lady Demons just won't go away as they get back to within 10 at 40-30 with 33 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Harrison County Farm Bureau knows that if you want something protected, you keep it covered. Call 234-4514, and Dustin or Amy will get you covered. Custer with the basketball goes to the baseline with 18 seconds left. Now kicks it on to Hadrick. Hadrick, a floater in the lane, bounces off. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch, they're going to say by Harrison. So with 11 seconds left, down by 10, Williamstown will have to go the length of the floor. Trying to cut the deficit down to single digits before going into the fourth quarter. Webster races into the front court. Now goes to the top of the key, reverses. Gets it in the corner to Pence. Back on the wing to Webster with 3 seconds left. Webster to Crump. A three-point try at the buzzer is going to bounce off. And that is the way the third quarter will end with your score. Harrison County 40 and Williamstown 30. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County is led by as many as 14, but will enter the fourth quarter up by only 10, but will have the basketball. Hadrick down on the block to Hines between the double team. Kicks it back up top to Van Hook for three. Mark it down! Caroline Van Hook with her second tray of the game. She has 12 points and 10 boards for a double-double. In the front court, here's a shot put up and good by Tori Fryman. Man. Makes it 43-32. Like I said, they won't go away. Into the front court with the basketball. Come the Phillies with Van Hook with the basketball down low. She gets it inside to Hines. Her shot's no good from point-blank range, but the long rebound is going to come out to Keely Custard. Keely gets the ball to Hines. Forces up a shot. Good! I don't know how she made that one, as she was going off her wrong foot, but nevertheless, it goes down, which is what we want. A 10-footer in the lane, which makes it 45-32, but now a three is fired up good by Kaylee Varner. And a timeout called by the Phillies. They lead 45-35 with 6:55 left, just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But Varner's tray gets her team back to within 10 at 45-35. So mark all this down so I won't forget it. 6:55 left in the ball game. Harrison leading 45-35. Cynthia Hardee's has made from scratch breakfast options and the best burgers in town. Hardee's is a proud supporter of Breds and Phillies basketball. So it's 45-32 there. All righty, out of the timeout. Harrison County with the basketball. Custard across the timeline where she's going to be met by Fryman. She'll give the ball to Hines. Hines over to the far side to Van Hook long range. Caroline takes the ball to the left elbow, kicks it on the wing in front of the Harrison bench to Custard, who will take it back out between the circles to reset the offense. Gives it off to Van Hook, long range. Van Hook at the right elbow, looking for some help. Now pitches it over to the near side to Custard. Custard in between the circles, gets it over to the right side, long range. Because of the foul trouble, Harrison County milking the clock a little bit. Pass inside to Van Hook. She'll get the ball to the block to Hines, whose layup is good. Nice move that time by Kara. She's in double figures now with 11 points. Puts her team back up 47-35. 6:06 left to go. Here's a long three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kylie Hudgens. In the front court, Custard gets the ball to Hadrick from the corner for three. Good. 3 threes in the ball game now for Gab Hadrick. Timeout called by the Phillies as well. We'll take it. 5:52 left to go. Your score, Harrison County 50, Williamstown 35. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, out of the timeout. The Demons with the basketball down by 15. That's their biggest deficit of the night. Pass over on the right side to Pence, long range, guarded closely by Custard. Pence goes baseline to the block to the glass. Her layup is going to roll off the back of the rim. No good. Fight for the rebound. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Demons. So Harrison County will get the ball back. Well, if you've been thinking about a farm or machinery loan, call Michael Furnish with Farm Credit Mid-America at 859-254-2741 and learn how he can help you. Hines brings the ball into the front court against the pressure. Now gets it back inside the center circle to Custard. Custard rotates over to the right side, gets to the far hash mark to Van Hook. Van Hook now to Hadrick. Hadrick at the top of the key. Steps back for a three. Good! Another tray, the fourth for Gab. She has 24 points altogether in her regular season finale as a Philly. 4:58 left to go. Harrison up now 53-35. In the front court with the basketball, Varner up top to Crump. Crump fires the ball. It's going to be tapped out of bounds by Van Hook into the Lady Demon bench. Williamstown will maintain possession. Right now, the Phillies are on a 13-5 run. which has given them right now their 18-point lead. Webster with the basketball goes baseline, and as she tries a pass, she's going to be fouled by Hadrick. They're going to say it was a shot. That'll be Gabb's second personal foul. Heading to the line will be Zoe Webster, where she's 2 for 2. Has 7 points, 5 coming in the third quarter. First free throw is going to be good by the freshman. Back in the game, returning will be Abby Kanar, replacing Gracie Crump for the Lady Demons. Second free throw for Webster is also going to be good. Makes it 53-37. (53-37). 4:36 left on the clock with the basketball. Custer to the far side to Van Hook on the baseline to Hines. Hines bounce pass to Kylie Hudgens, back on the wing to Hadrick. Hadrick will reset the offense as she flips the ball on a cross-court pass to Van Hook. Now back up top to Custard once again. Custard steps near the timeline. Now lobs the ball to the hash mark to Van Hook in front of the stable. To the elbow to Kylie Hudgens. Now back up top to Custard again. Custard on the wing. Now goes between the circles again as she brings the ball to the near side. Now reverses back to the far side before backing up inside the center circle. Custer gets the ball to Hadrick in front of her own bench. Down on the block to Hines. Hines puts up a shot, no good, but she's going to be fouled by Varner. That'll be Kaylee Varner's second personal foul. Now we'll send Hines back to the line. She is 5 of 8. Made her first 5, but has missed her last 3. First free throw is on the way and good. Gives her a dozen points. Makes the score 54-37 with 3:56 left. Second free throw for Hines is also going to be good. Harrison up now 55-37. In the front court with the basketball comes Fryman. Goes baseline, kicks it into the far corner to Pence on the wing. Here's a Kanar 3 try, bounces off the front of the rim, no good. And Kylie Hudgens goes in there and gets the rebound. Into the front court comes Hadrick. Goes down to the block, spins, follow away 10-footer, bounces in. Shooter's touch that time by Gabb, who has 26 points now. Fade away in the lane. Makes it 50. Here's a shot put up no good by the Lady Demons, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound. Foul's going to be called on Fryman. That'll be her third. And checking in will be Gracie Crump. 57-37 your score. We've still got 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in this ball game, but it looks like Harrison County is comfortably in the lead. Custer with the basketball from the left elbow, a floater, it's good. Nice job that time by Keeley. Floater in the lane. Makes it 59-37. Now racing to the basket is Varner. Her shot's blocked, but she's also fouled. With 3:02 left, the foul's going to be called on Custard, and that'll be Keeley's third. Varner at the line for the first time tonight on the year. She is a 73% free throw shooter. Has 8 points, came in averaging 6. First free throw's on the way and good by the senior. 59-38 your score. Bailey Hudgens will check back in now for Harrison County, replacing Hadrick. Second free throw upcoming for Varner. It's on the way and bounces in there. She has 10 points. 60-38. Harrison County led by just 10 coming into this quarter, but have dominated. Hines gets the ball to Van Hook. Back to Hines against the pressure into the front court in the middle of the floor. Stops and gets it back to Van Hook. In the corner to Custard for the open 3 try. A little long, no good. Rebound, though, is ripped down by Hines. Here's a shot put up and good by Kylie Hudgens. All right, Kylie. Gets the basket there on the putback. 62-38 your score. Here's a 3 fired up and good.
Williamstown basket.
By Gracie Crump, her first tray of the game. Makes it 61-42. Now shot put up no good, and Hines with the rebound. In the front court, Van Hook bobbles the ball out of bounds. That is Harrison County's first turnover of the second half. Timeout called by the Phillies, and it will be a full, so we'll take it as well. 2:09 left to go. Your score, Harrison County 61, Williamstown 42. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sports.
Every Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m., Bluegrass Stockyard.
All right, as we get back to action, down 61-42, Williamstown with the basketball as we go under 2 minutes to go. Out top is Ship, who's come back in. Now a steal by Bailey Hudgens. Bailey goes to the basket, lays it up and in. So 4 points now for Hudgens. Off the steal and layup. Makes it 63-42. There's 1:41 left. Who's that basket by, Ryan? 22, okay. So it's by Abby Kinar, her second tray of the game. Making it 63-45. Mass substitutions by Harrison County. So we've got Katie Linville in there now, 5'6" freshman. Also Savvy Kennedy. Kennedy, a 5'3" 7th grader. Also in there, Marley Toll, who had 17 in the JV game, 5'8" 8th grader. There's a shot put up, no good by Toll. She gets her own rebound and shoots it back out top. Also in the game, Maddie Jones. Maddie, a 5'4" 8th grader. And she passes it over to the far side to Lauren Hicks, 5'3" 8th grader. Shot put up, no good. But a foul is going to be called with 1:15 left on Callie LaFollette. LaFollette, a 5-foot freshman for Williamstown. We'll send Kay Linville to the line. Linville making her first free throw attempt of the season. Or hopefully making them. First one's on the way and off the back of the rim, no good, but she'll have another. 63-45, your score. Harrison up, about to win their 5th game in a row heading into the postseason. Second free throw for the freshman Linville is on the way, and this one is going to bounce short. And on the rebound, we got tie-up. Alternating possession arrow will keep the ball in the hands of the Phillies. From her own baseline, Linville will trigger the inbounds pass. Linville looking, gets it underneath the basket to Kennedy, who lost control of it. Loose ball picked up by Williamstown. In the front court with the basketball comes Kinar. Kinar gets it into the hands of Litz. Litz in between the circles, gets it to the left side to Ship. Ship looking for help. Gets it on the wing, and a shot put up no good by Williamstown, and Toll comes down with the rebound. Up the floor we come. Harrison County's Linville with the basketball. Now the ball is tapped into the backcourt, and it's going to be an over in the back call. Let's see. Keitlinger is also in the game, along with Kinar. 63-45, just 43 seconds left. Inbounding the ball will be LaFollette. LaFollette, maybe it's LaFollette. In the front court with the basketball on the near side is Kinar. Races to the block, her floater is no good, and the rebound is going to be a tie-up. Possession arrow this time will keep it in the Demons' hands. Williamstown will lose their 7th in a row heading into their district game against Simon Kenton next week. In the corner, a 3 fired up by Litz is no good. Rebound pulled down by Toll. She'll get the ball to Maddie Jones. Jones in the front court. Now we'll bring it back near the timeline to Hicks. Hicks goes to the elbow. Her long shot is off the mark, and the rebound is going to be pulled in by Litz. Up the floor with the basketball will go La with 9 seconds left. La gets it on the near side to Litz. Litz gets it to Kanar. Kanar, a 12-footer, good as the buzzer sounds. And that will set your final score at 63-47 as Abby Kanar makes that 10-footer on the baseline. All right, we invite you to join us now for our post-game show brought to you by MCTC, the Lincoln Valley campus. We'll overall the scoring and stats from tonight's game, as well as have a chat with Coach Marshall, get her thoughts on what she thought this game was like. All that coming up after this timeout, as we'll also name our Judy Construction Company player of the game. Once again, your final score, Harrison County 63, Williamstown 47. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County wins by a final score of 63-47 in the final game of the regular season. Harrison County wraps it up with that 5-game winning streak that makes us 15-11. Meanwhile, Williamstown lost their 7th consecutive game and will head into that matchup against Simon Kenton in the first round of the 32nd District Tournament next week at a record of 13-15. A couple of big runs during the ball game by Harrison County was what really put this game away for us. The first one coming in the first half when Harrison County was able to make an 11-0 run towards the end of the first quarter, which turned what was a close game at 20-17 into a 31-17 advantage. Now, having said that, the Lady Demons kept on fighting and kept on staying close, and with about 33 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Harrison County's lead was just 10 at 40-30. But then the Phillies went on to go on after that score on a 13-5 run, which turned what was just a 10-point lead into an 18-point advantage, eventually winning by that 16-point margin. Taking a look at the scoring first for Williamstown, they place a couple of players in double figures, led by Kaylee Varner and Abby Kanar, who each had 10 points apiece, and each did it a lot because of 2 3-pointers. 9 points by Zoe Webster. Also scoring for the Lady Demons, Trinity Pence had 6, 5 points each for both Tori Fryman and Gracie Crump. And a couple of points as well for Jolie Litz to round out the scoring. Also playing but not scoring, Callie LaFollette, Morgan Ship, and Sophie Keitlinger. For Harrison County, the Phillies placed 3 players in double figures, led by Gab Hadrick's 26 points, including 4 3-pointers in her last game on the Hilltop. 13 points were scored by Kara Hines tonight, so she will move up, I believe, in the all-time scoring list. No, she does not. We'll do it next game. But 13 points for Kara. Also a dozen points and 10 rebounds for Caroline Vanhook, who also had a couple of trays. So after going nearly the entire season without a double-double, although she got close many, many times, she got a double-double against Augusta, and now a double-double tonight against Williamstown to wrap up the regular season. Also scoring for the Phillies, Keely Custard had 6. 4 points were scored by Bailey Hudgens, and a couple off the bench for Kylie Hudgens as well, the senior playing her last game as a Philly here at home. Also playing but not scoring, Brooke Kinney, Savannah Kennedy, Maddie Jones, Katie Linville, Lauren Hicks, and Marley Toll. That's the way the individual numbers look. We'll be back and take a look at the team stats following this timeout. But once again, your final score from here on the Hilltop, Harrison County 63 and Williamstown 47. You've been listening to Phillies basketball on WCYN Sports.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Maysville Community and Technical College is open and ready, with on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
16 for the game. The Phillies were 23 of 48. That's 47.9%. They attempted 13 trays and made 6. Meanwhile, Williamstown, after shooting pretty well in the first half, kind of fall off in the second half. And overall in the game, 15 of 38. That's 39.5%. They also did pretty well from three-point range, making 7 of 14. From the free throw line, the Phillies were 11 of 16 for 68.8%. While Williamstown made all 10 of their free tries for a 100%. Turnovers, Harrison had 6 turnovers in the game to 10 for Williamstown. And the Phillies out-rebound the Lady Demons 28-15 for Williamstown. 2 offensive and 13 defensive boards. They were led by a couple of players with 3 rebounds apiece, Trinity Pence and Tori Fryman. Meanwhile, for the Phillies, 8 offensive and 28 defensive rebounds. Caroline Vanhook led the way with those 10 boards for herself. Joined now by Coach Marshall, and Coach, a good way to end the regular season.
Yeah, I told them that makes the next 2 days a lot more enjoyable, a lot less, stressful when you come out here and with a win. And it wasn't perfect, and it's hard this time of year to get them to focus on a game that's outside of the region.
Right.
But I thought that, we did a good job of taking care of the ball. I thought we've been talking about trying to stay a little bit more under control. Sometimes we get too excited and want to drive against 3 people and push. And sometimes we just need to rein that in and run through our offenses and get some good shots. And I thought we did a better job of that. And then another area that I wanted them to really focus on was our rebounding. Yeah. I don't know how many offensive rebounds we gave up to them.
We only gave up 2.
Yeah, and that's an area we got to work on. And I know they weren't huge and stuff, but they're aggressive. They're fast. They move a lot. They're quick. And so that's something I thought that we did a good job of really working on, making the block out and controlling the boards, because that's something that we've struggled with. And so we're trying to find little ways to save points, going into these games. And then, you got to knock down shots and stuff like that. But there's other ways that we can save points for ourselves and do a better job, because we're giving up too many possessions to the other team on rebounding. So.
Right. Caroline Van Hook, another double-double, her second in a row, and looking really confident on her shots now.
Yeah, she demanded the ball one time.
Yeah.
They double-teamed Kara, and she demanded it. And so I'm just so happy for her. I mean, like I said last game, I'm just so happy for her. She, it's a maturity thing and growing up. She played at a young age and, wasn't as strong physical as she needed to be. And, I didn't take it easy on her at all. And, we had some days where it wasn't the easiest, but she's pushed through that, and, she's just playing so confident right now. So I'm really, really excited about her going into this postseason, because I like how confident she is.
Right, and we're going to need her to be tough and like she was tonight, because that's what Pendleton County First All is going to throw at us.
Right, and I think it throws a whole other dimension that people aren't used to. I mean, when you've scouted us all year, she probably hasn't been on the scouting report for offense. Right. It's a lot of it's gab, and a lot of things will go to Kara, and then your penetration by your guards. And so now you add that in there, and that changes your dynamic, and they're going to have to make a decision on that. And I hope that Caroline comes out Monday and is just as confident, and I think she will be. I like her demeanor right now, and then that helps, Keely and Bailey
sure does
through this, because I know they're going to be a little nervous, and that atmosphere, so we got to help get them through that. So her maturity is really helping a lot.
Speaking of Gab, 26 points, 4 rebounds, and a pretty quiet night, really.
It's so quiet. No, I mean, she, what I like about Gab right now, she's always been a competitive player, but there's been times where her competitiveness comes off the wrong way. Right. And the team doesn't understand that she's not mad at them, that she's just wanting to win. And so she's learned how to change that and not yell at them and not get mad at them, but encourage them to fight harder. And she's done it a couple of times in our huddles and stuff of, just encouraging them, like, come on, we're not losing this game. We're better than this, in a positive way where everyone feels like they can do it. She believes in them. I know she does. She believes in her teammates, and she doesn't feel like she has to do this on her own. And why wouldn't you? I mean, any of these girls can go out there and put up good numbers for us, and they can defend. So why wouldn't you believe in your teammates? And I think we have a good, solid core, and then Brooks came in at times, Kylie comes in at times to give us that spark off the bench or help us if we're in foul trouble. So that's Bailey got in foul trouble tonight, and so we had to sub for her, and there wasn't a drop off. So she's got to work on not getting foul trouble, because she's had a little issue here recently, but hopefully we get her healthy and strong by Monday, and that's not the case.
Kara, good night, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and just like Caroline, just really playing strong inside now.
Yeah, but, I mean, when do you ever see Kara miss 3 straight free throws?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Kara. Like, what is that about? No, I'm joking. And I'm going to talk about, before the game, we recognize Kara, and this is completely non-basketball, but you don't get kids like Kara very often. And to be a National Merit finalist, to go to MIT, I mean, who even talks about that?
Yeah,
I mean, and then, Jeff was saying, it was Brad talking about, she comes on a Sunday and plays the piano like she's been playing it all the time. When she have time to practice the piano?
Really?
I mean, the kid is just amazing. I got her list of things she volunteers and does. Anytime she has a free time, she wants to do for others. And, she is just such a remarkable kid and somebody that our community should just be so thankful that we have. And I'm so thankful. She's worked her tail off for the last 3 years for us against oversized players,
right.
and never complained. Never one time has she ever complained or had a bad attitude in the entire time I've coached her. And, everybody has a bad day, but not Kara. She never has a bad day. I've never seen her have one. I think one time. This summer, this summer, she came and played the day after they got beat in softball in the region by Pendleton. And we played Pendleton the next day. And, oh, man, she was mad. I never seen Kara like that. She was mad. It was kind of a good thing, but she was not happy. And, of course, we were playing them. So that's really the only time I've seen her, mad. She didn't have a bad day, but she was just mad. But she's just such an amazing kid. And Candy and Brett and, their family and they're just great people we're going to miss. All of our seniors.
Absolutely.
We're going to miss so much. And so I'm happy they got a win here last time on their home court. And it was a good crowd. I was pleased with our crowd of people coming out and supporting us. Hopefully people will come over to Nicholas County next week and support the girls.
Well, I don't want to leave without, once again, congratulating the junior varsity team for getting their second win in a row.
I know. They're on a roll, and we had to stop. No, I was so happy. I told them they've had 2 good practices. The last 2 days, they've came in and really been aggressive and helped us in our preparation for district. And Marley Tolles had a great couple of days of practice, and then she came out here today and was just awesome. And then Katie Beth, same thing for her. And Maddie Carson tweaked her ankle in the last game, so she couldn't be out there. But they were playing aggressive, they were playing hard and having fun. And hopefully those girls will put the work in this off season to prepare to be able to play at this level. And who knows who'll move up, and we've got places to fill, and they're going to have to do the work to fill those.
Right, and all you have to look at as far as the advancement of the JV team is first part of the year in December, we were lucky to get 15 points.
Right.
I mean, really lucky.
Yeah.
Now we're scoring up in the 30s.
Yeah, and
so these girls have developed.
They've improved, and it might not always show on the court, but it shows in practice, and they're learning. That's a big part of basketball is knowing basketball. And so we teach a lot in practice. There's a lot of teaching that goes on. It's not just stand around, run through plays. There's a lot of teaching to understand the game, and so they're learning that, and hopefully that, at some point it starts clicking when they hit the court.
Right. Pendleton County Monday night.
Yep, here we go.
Game number 3.
I know. It's crazy when you play them. Now with seeding, it is hard when you play a team 3 times. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, but I feel confident. I feel really good about it. Spent a lot of time watching some film this week, and there's some things I think that we can do better, but it's going to be a fight. It always is, and we just got to go over there and mentally prepare, and we'll go over there. We're going to Nicholas tomorrow to shoot and get used to the court and stuff. And we kind of went back and forth about going, but with region being there too, we got to get used to Nicholas County being our new home. And hopefully we're playing a lot more games over at Nicholas County in the next 2 weeks. And so we'll go over there tomorrow, and then come back here on Sunday and do our final prep. And I feel good. I feel really good about it. I told you the other day, my biggest thing is getting them as confident as possible. And I like where they're at right now. And so now it's just these next 2 days being focused. And I know these seniors will help me, and Brooke and Caroline will help me make sure everybody's focused and paying attention in practice. And we walk on the court and give it our best. That's all we can do.
That's all you can do. So. Well, congratulations on the win, Coach, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
All right, thank you.
Head Philly basketball coach Kim Marshall after Harrison County's 63-47 win over Williamstown. We'll take our final break, come back, and tell you who our Judy Construction Company player of the game is, as well as set up your week next week in district play for both the boys and the girls. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Maysville Community and Technical College is open and ready, with on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. district tournament time starts next week. But before we describe that, our Judy Construction Company player of the game, Gab Hadrick. Big night in her final home game after watching her play for 6 years. 26 points, including 4 3-pointers, and just a very special young lady and got a bright future ahead of her. But first things first, let's get past Pendleton County. As far as their schedule next week, on the girls' side, we'll start off with them because they start first. They'll begin their first round on Monday night. A doubleheader played over at Nicholas County High School in Carlisle. The first game at 6 o'clock will pit the Nicholas County Lady Jackets against the Lady Devils of Robertson County. Now, as we mentioned before, Nicholas County does own 2 wins over the Lady Devils this year. Back on December the 17th, in a game played in Mount Olivet, Nicholas County won 71-62. They then met this past Monday, with Nicholas County winning in Carlisle 69-34. That game will be immediately followed by the Harrison County Phillies taking on the Lady Cats of Pendleton County. Those two teams have had a couple of real battles this year. The first one coming back on January the 29th here on the Hilltop, a game that Harrison County won 39-34 with some good plays down the stretch. And then last Friday, over in Falmouth, another classic that went to overtime with Harrison County winning again 52-48. And it's like Coach Marshall said, it's awfully hard to beat a good team 3 times in the same year, but we'll give it our best effort and see what we can do. The winner of those 2 games on Monday night will take on each other in the 38th District Tournament Championship game, which is also in Carlisle. That'll be on Thursday night starting at around 7 o'clock. We'll have all the action of all 3 of those games for you right here on WCYN. Now the boys, they'll be playing single games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday. On Tuesday, a first-round game will pit the Harrison County Thoroughbreds against the Pendleton County Wildcats. Harrison County's Breds beat the Wildcats rather handily both times. Back on January 29th here on the Hilltop, Harrison County won 62-40. And then when we played the guys from Falmouth up in Falmouth last Friday, Harrison County won by a historic margin of 50 points, 77-27. On Wednesday night, the other first-round game will take place between Nicholas County and Robertson County. Each of those teams split the regular season series, with each of them winning on their home floor. Back on December the 17th, in the game that was held in Mount Olivet, Robertson County won 76-67. Then this past Monday, in a game played in Carlisle, it was Nicholas County who came out on top 56-54. So maybe give the edge to Nicholas because they're playing at home? I don't know. Maybe give the team that's got Justin Becker, quite possibly the best player in the region. That should be a really, really good ball game. The winners of the Tuesday and Wednesday first-round games will play each other on Friday night in the championship game, also being played up in Pendleton County High School. That game will start at around 7 o'clock. We'll have all the action of all 3 of those games for you as well here on WCYN. So a busy week, the first of 3 straight busy weeks for us. In fact, with the 38th District Tournament for both the boys and the girls. I want to thank my engineer back at the station, Mike Davis, for doing a great job as he always does. Also want to thank all of our sponsors, because without their help, we would not be able to get Harrison County High School basketball on the air. So from the Hilltop, in the final regular season game of the season, your final score for the final time, Harrison County 63 and Williamstown 47. Good evening, everyone.